Hey, who's on? I am the Mainly Digger. If you don't know who I am, what do you want to talk about? Metal detecting, history, Maine. At least we got one on. Two on. How's it going? How's it going, American Outdoors? What you up to? Being on YouTube and watching channels? Everything? Yeah. Uh, what's your favorite history time? Period. Yeah, no. So yeah, I wish I could have gone out detecting today. It was way too icy. It wasn't that cold, but the ground it was icy. It was really icy. We got a little bit of snow last night, but the ground was something else, and I had to go shovel. Yeah, I like all history. All history is just awesome to me. I like finding stuff, but I also like researching it and finding out like the story behind it. Hey, how you doing? Burnside or Burning Sands Exploration. Sorry. Hey, finders keepers. What you up to? Being on YouTube. Yeah, no, I love history and I love researching history. There's always a story behind something if you find it. Yeah, I know my kids. I think because in Maine there's supposed to be a big snowstorm, like 12 inches at least, and my kids are probably not. They're probably having the day off, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, research. I love research. I love, like I said, there's always a story behind something, like an item or a tool, how they used it. Um, but it's part of metal detecting and fine. I love maps too. I love using maps. I never liked maps, but I do now. I know you are. I love Maine. I love talking about Maine. It's so much fun just to talk about it because I'm homesick. Like I miss my family. I miss my kids, and I miss just things that are Maine. Like for instance, St. Patrick's Day. I cannot like Maine. St. Patrick's Day is a huge thing. Pennsylvania, like I have to go to the bigger cities to do anything. But in Maine, like the small towns, it's a party. It's one big party. Yeah, the Kennedy States. It's my addiction. Going out there is my addiction because like I find something. I want to find coins. I want to find buttons, and I know I am. It's just it's just putting in the time and putting in the effort. But yeah, the Kennedy States is something else. Like we have a lot of that older stuff in Maine, um, and but not like the history behind the Kennedy States. The personalities attached to that estate is something else. I can't wait until like I find something amazing. I haven't found any Civil War stuff yet. Coming to Pennsylvania. That's what surprised me the most is not finding like I want to find like a three ringer or something just like around that time area so I could say yeah I found it. But yeah, I can't wait. I was thoroughly disappointed to find out. Well, not I almost got stuck in the snow. Like I went out there today, like where I normally park, and I got my car stuck. So like I spent most of my time trying to shovel that out, but I got it out. Yeah, Gettysburg is about 45 minutes away. Um, Chambersburg, like okay, the burning of Chambersburg, which was before Gettysburg. I forgot who led the Confederate forces but they came here first, burned it. First, they stole everybody's stuff, burned it, and then went into Carlisle. And there's shelling at Carlisle, which I want to do a video on Carlisle because they burned the army barracks there. But I have to get to Carlisle first, and I haven't just gotten out that way in a while. So yeah, I've never been. Actually, yes, I have been to Nevada. In when I was in Tucson, I was in wrestling, and we'd go to Nevada. We did a whole bunch of tournaments in that area, and I had a good time. Nevada was fun. Don't think I've ever been to Kansas, but yeah, no, I want to go to I've been to Gettysburg once a couple of years ago. It was on a tour, I was so I really couldn't go exploring. So I want to go explore Gettysburg on my own. Yeah, Nevada, I mean, there's got when I think of Nevada, I don't think of old history. I think of cowboys and stuff and that history. So I mean, I'm sure there's stuff that's there that has been there for a long time. That's I mean, older than 1800s. Tucson, I when I was younger and single and could go out and do. I love Tucson. I absolutely love Tucson. On my when I turned 21, the day I turned 21, I went to 21 bars throughout the day, and they're all open. And there's so many bars. It's just an interesting place. I won't go into it, but yeah, Tucson is pretty hot. That's why I always go out at night, right at 7 or 8 o'clock is when it starts cooling down. But yeah, Tucson was a blast in my younger years. But yeah, where else I've lived in Florida when I was younger, Jacksonville, Florida. I went to I got to see the fort at St. Augustine. That's probably one of my youngest memories is going to check out that fort. I still remember it plain as day. Um, oh yeah, I'd imagine Nevada, a lot of American or Native American history there. I'd imagine. Same thing with Arizona. There's so much there's prospector history, there's stuff like that, but there's so much Native American history in that area and Hispanic history, a lot of Hispanic history. I wish when I was younger and I lived there, I wish I paid more attention to that before I left, but I did not. Um, I do like watching Oak Island. I just it costs money to it'll show me one or two episodes, but it costs money to get the season, and I'm cheap. I'm not gonna buy. I'll wait till 5 years until it comes out, and I can binge watch it. But I do love history. History's I've always loved history. I always loved history. Let's see, where else have I lived? Michigan. That's actually where I kind of picked up my history thing. My When I was younger, my dad moved he lived in Michigan. His family's from Michigan, and my grandfather was an amateur archaeologist there, and just did it in his spare time. Actually, in Michigan, in Saginaw, there's this place. They call it the Castle. It used to be a post office. It's a museum now, and he has a couple exhibits of stuff that he found on in the local area. So that's where I picked up my interest. Just being in the fields with him. I used to love it when I was younger. No, I did not do the Boy Scouts. When I went, I want to do, but when we went, it was more the parents would get together and talk, and the kids would go play. And like I wasn't about that at that age, and my dad wasn't about that either. We like the woods. We like going outside. And at that wherever I went, like that's not what the Boy Scouts were about. They're about raising money and having the parents go off do whatever their parents do. So like honestly, like the woods it was pretty much me and my dad, and I learned a lot from being in the woods and living in Maine, living in Michigan, stuff like that. Hey, Cyber. Yeah, Oak Island. My only complaint about Oak Island is like the suspense. Like I know they have to make a show out of it, and like they have to add drama, but it drives me crazy. It's like just find stuff, just find out what you're looking for because it's always something else. It's always something else. It drives me crazy. I still love watching it. It drives me crazy though. I know if they finally try their treasure, the show ends. But they're like, it just drives me crazy. There was what was that show? It was about metal detecting and finding treasures. With like Savage Family Finders or Savage, I don't know, something like that. It had he was a pro wrestler. I forgot his name. I can't believe I forgot his name, but I used to watch him on TV all the time. But like, I forgot it. Awesome show. I try to find it on YouTube, and it's all like it's all subtitles in like I can't I just can't watch it. I loved it though. Yeah, he was a pro wrestler. Not Adam Savage. Randy Savage. Randy Savage. There we go. Like I'm glad you like Trump, but like we're not really talking about Trump right now or politics. I don't hate politics, but like it's metal detecting, history, and stuff like that. I don't even know what a mode is or mod is. Totally new to this live stuff. This stuff is like most of the stuff in my life. I try and see if I like it, and then if I learn more about it, I don't really know anything. Oh, moderator. That makes sense. Where do I find a moderator? Like, is it on my screen somewhere, or is it like? See if I can do that. Finders keepers, you are the moderator. Thanks. I just learn. I like learning stuff. I like learning new things. But yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else. So yeah, y'all know I'm in the military. I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years. That was in '05. I got out in '05. I was stationed at Camp Pendleton, California. Um, got out, did a year and a half in college. Wasn't really for me. I met my wife and I joined the Army. And then got off active duty in 2012. Was still in the National Guard. Finders keepers, awesome. Um, you put me on the spot. There's so many that I watch. I just can't think of right now. Uh, there's Aqua Chigger. Like he's probably the top one, and you probably already know about him. I keep hitting my computer. Um, dude, I'm brain fart. Like I'm drawing a blank right now. They're all good. Um, Drunham, he's actually in Carlisle. Silver Slingers, yes. Hoover Boys, love watching the Hoover Boys. Um, Plugmaster, yeah. Like just check out their stuff. They're all good. I mean, it's not like we all do similar stuff. All the metal detecting channels do similar stuff. Um, so like some like me, I don't find that many coins. It's just how it works. Or I don't find that many buttons. Mine's like all historical relics and junk probably. But like I like the UK ones. Those guys, holy man, they trip and they find like a gold coin or a Roman coin. Like they always find Roman coins, or they always find the coolest stuff. Um, iDetect is a UK. I think it's iDetect, or is it? I forgot. I like you. I can't remember. I can't remember the names. But Digger Dawn is another UK. Um, they trip like they fought like they could find Roman coins like blindfolded. Just Dig It, yes. Just Dig It's a good one. Yeah, that's the thing. Like every time I'm looking for subs, or I'm looking at, I always look at people's channels. I look at people's subs, and half of them I'm already sub to anyway. So it's like, oh man, I gotta go. I gotta go somewhere else. Hey, little Dan, I've not found a lot of coins at all. Actually, one of my videos in I went to, it's right on the Appalachian Trail, Caledonia State Park, which is in Pennsylvania, obviously in Pennsylvania. Um, it's on the Appalachian Trail. There's two lakes with beaches on them, and like I'm looking for gold and I'm looking for coins and stuff like that. And I don't really find it, but so I'm on the beach. I detect a little bit, and like I start digging a hole and I see gold. I see like this gold, two gold, silver, or gold like round objects. I get all excited, and they're not rings. So I'm like, okay, they're coins. I found some gold coins. Oh my god! I pick them up, and they're casino tokens. And I was like, well, shoot, Philly kid, what's up? Um, but yeah, it's the oldest coin I found, and it wasn't metal detecting. It was while I was working at BI or Bath Iron Works in Maine by the trash can. Bath Iron Works builds Navy ships, and I saw this coin. It was a nickel. It was from 1939, and it's funny because I hadn't found anything yet with a metal detector, but I found this by a trash can, and yeah, it was a buffalo nickel. I was pretty excited about that. I'm not from Pennsylvania. I'm from Maine. So I've only been here. Well, I've been here for about 8 months. I have 4 months left here. So I'd love to go to Valley Forge, and just in general, not even metal detecting, just go see Valley Forge. The state parks I've been to in Pennsylvania, Gettysburg, obviously haven't metal detected there. That was a while ago. That was a long time ago. I'm going back. Um, Caledonia State Park. Um, I brain fart. I all the ones that are around Chambersburg, I've been to. I bet. Like that's one thing I noticed about Pennsylvania. It's beautiful. Like there's a lot of beautiful stuff here. And the terrain is so different from Maine. Like you'll have flat land, like kind of flattish land, and then you'll have these hills, not really big like mountainous hills, but like you'll have these hills and like it's cool to go exploring, like go to state parks and go exploring, see what's there. Um and there's always something there. I know Nevada, casino tokens. But yeah, apparently, because I was making a joke about the tokens that I found, and someone's like, "Well, they're vintage," and I was like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "They don't use them anymore. Most people use the a credit card or debit card." And I was like, "Oh, well, still useless. Good for." I gave him when I went back home. I gave him to my daughter just to play with. She loves that stuff. But yeah. So yeah, I'm taking a leave or vacation actually this month on the 18th is when I start for 2 weeks. So I want to get out but I'll probably mostly be at the Kennedy States, but I definitely want to see Gettysburg. Um, get out, do some magnet fishing if it's not too cold. Because there's some amazing bridges here that like old bridges. I love videotaping old stuff or pic, taking pictures of old things, especially like stonework and stuff, stone architecture, masonry, stuff like that. Philadelphia. I want to like actually I want to get a cheesesteak and a like original cheesesteak from Philadelphia. Wait, that's Philadelphia. Yeah, that's Philadelphia. But yeah, I don't do people like I don't like being around in like big cities or people around a lot of people. So like stray away from big cities and just crowds. I don't like crowds. Nice talking to you. Come back anytime. I don't know. The casino coins. I don't really or tokens. I don't really know. I don't gamble. I don't go to casinos. You guys, got any questions about Maine? Any Maine history? I will talk to about Maine for a long time. I will rattle on about Maine stuff. Um, Pennsylvania, like I've learned a lot of Pennsylvania history just from research here, especially about Chambersburg. Like it irritates me because like trying to get like the historical background for Chambersburg. Like you can look on the internet and find the burning of Chambersburg, and it's just generic. The Confederates came here. This is who led them. Um, this, that, and the other, and that's all. And then like the historical societies, they're not much of a help. They're busy and they have a lot of stuff to do, but they're not like you have to pay them. You have to pay. It's $5 to go do whatever research or find whatever research material that you want to use. And I'm not paying $5 every time to go into a library. It's just not my thing. I'm cheap. But so like everything I've learned, everything I've researched is through the internet or the property owner on the Kennedy estates. Amazing like records, and that's the one thing about the Kennedy states. Like everything that applies to the Kennedy states applies to Chambersburg history, and that's why I love that property. Like anything I need to know about Chambersburg history, I can ask the property owner, and they either know it or they can find it because they've done their own little research too. So it's great. I do want to check out the Lancaster. I've heard so much about the Amish and the food. There's actually one of the properties I have permission on is from an old Amish guy. Um, but like we have Amish in Maine, but they don't talk to you. Like you don't see them. They don't talk to you. They keep to themselves. But like, and so to come down here and see like Amish just like out and about doing their thing is mind blowing to me. No, I'm in the Army right now. I was in the Marines for 4 years. And I joined the Army in '07. I joined active duty Army in '07. I got out off active duty in 2013. Was in the National Guard. I'm in the reserves now, but I'm on orders. So like I'm on active duty, but I'm still in the reserves. It's hard to explain. But yeah, that's the Army. Um, but yeah, like the Amish is, it's like I do want to go see to Lancaster, eat some Amish food, and see. So I hear a lot about their furniture, and I want to see, like, I love woodwork and furniture and stuff like that. Or just how they like manufacture their stuff, how they make it. All right, Cyber, you have a good night. Yeah, it's a weird thing. I never used to like metal work or auto body or anything like that, but like I've picked it up, or I've learned to like it. Um, and manufacturing, especially working at Bath Iron Works, the manufacturing process is always like it's I've gotten an interest for it for whatever reason. It's weird, but yeah. Um, Another like main. I I don't want to get too political about this, but Trump is. I voted for Johnson because I'm very, my political views and beliefs. I'm about freedom and having personal freedom. Trump is Trump. He's our president. It is what it is. Um, and the only thing I can ask from our politicians is to just compromise. You don't have to see eye to eye, but like do the best thing for the interest of the country, rather than argue and bicker about everything. That's all I'm going to say about Trump and politics. So, yep. Um, yeah, there's so many, like I said, Pennsylvania is an interesting place. It has so many little historical facts that no one knows about, like the POW camp at Pine Grove Furnace, which is Caledonia State Park. I didn't know. Like I learned about it at a rifle auction. It was weird. Just started talking about metal detecting, and some guy was like, "Oh, you should go check this out." And so I went to go check it out. And it's a neat place. It is creepy. It is very creepy, especially when you're alone. Like there's a water fountain there in the middle of the woods that you walk up and there's a water fountain. But yeah, it was a pretty interesting place. Um, I also love the Appalachian Trail. The Appalachian Trails I've always liked because it goes from Georgia to Maine. I always love the Appalachian Trail. Um, hey, Discovery, what's up? The Yeah, Appalachian Trail is always fun because you can walk on it, you can run on it, you can go hiking on it, which is what its original intent is for. Um, but yeah, in Pennsylvania, there's so many trails. So yeah, the Appalachian Trail, which goes through Pine Grove Furnace, and in Pine Grove Furnace, it used to be an ironworks, and that's why they have the ponds and lakes that are there, is because they were for the ironworks. The ironworks isn't there anymore. That it's just abandoned buildings, or not abandoned. They're ruins right now, and you just have the furnaces that were there. Um, but yeah, that one of my complaints about Pennsylvania is that Pennsylvania doesn't have any lakes at all, and what they call a lake is actually a pond. And and like that's been like it's just a stream or creek or a river that's been dammed up, so it makes a pond. So like you think, oh, pond, like me, like Maine, there's a whole bunch of huge lakes that if I want to, like I can walk to one and be there in 5 minutes, or I could walk to a river or a stream or whatever and have no issue. But yeah, no, they dam up the river and they call it a lake, and they're cute little lakes, they really are. But it's not a lake, Pennsylvania. It's not a lake. Um, but yeah, that's Pine Grove Furnace. A lot of history in that area. A lot of history. During the Civil War, one of the Confederate generals, or a lieutenant or something, like actually, because they were told not to destroy public property in that area, but because he knew the guy, or they were actually it's because they were from two different political parties. He destroyed one of the furnaces, and I forgot where the location of the furnace is exactly, but it's just like one of those little things, history things that like I found out by doing my research online. Yeah, it is. It's legit. I couldn't, like I said, not even 5 minutes. Like I have a river like right outside not right outside, but like it's close to my house in Maine. Just get warm, go step in the river, and you'll cool off. Same thing with fishing. Fishing's amazing. Like I can go anywhere and fish, and walk anywhere, go fishing anywhere. Hunting's a little different. Like obviously, I live in the city of Waterville, so like I have to go just a little bit outside of Waterville and go hunting. And law private property. See, in Maine, like or in Waterville, I know everybody, so like I don't have to ask to go on people's property. So like, but just because I know everybody, it's a small city, big town. So I can, if I want to find something, I ask somebody. If I want to find something out, if I want to find like a historical fact out, like I ask somebody who knows somebody who's relatives with somebody, and like they know it. That someone's been living there for 20 years, they can tell me everything about it. Or they've have a grandparent that's been there for however long, and they can tell you in detail. Or like I pull something up from the ground, and like they're like, oh yeah, I remember I lost that 50 years ago doing whatever. It's this, that, or whatever. So Maine's an interesting place detecting wise. Pretty much, you throw a line in a small little creek, you're gonna pull something up. Um, Bass, like on the Androscoggin River, because my dad was a fishing guide. Some of the best fishing you'll ever have. Um, Amazing fishing. My dad, he's also a writer. Did a story about fishing on the Androscoggin in, I think it's the Maine Sportsman. William Clooney. I don't know. He's partially retired. He's whatever he's doing, but did a story about fishing on the Androscoggin. And there's a picture of me. It was about 15 years ago, so I got a little bit of this gone, and showing off my tattoos and stuff. And I got this big fish. I think it was a trout. It was a large trout, but it was a great picture. It was a great picture, and I got my face and my name in the Maine Sportsman, so I was pretty happy. But some of the best fishing you'll ever have. Androscoggin's big on smallmouth bass. They have a lot of smallmouth bass, and they're big. They're big. Um, so those were good times. In Maine, I don't really get to do that stuff anymore because I'm always working. Um, Maine taxes are bad. Like it's a great, beautiful place to live, but like you're working, and it's just how it is. But yeah, I've only been to Canada a couple times. Um, I went to Quebec when I was younger. That was fun. That was a good time. We used to go to Michigan. We used to go. This is before 9/11, so you just have to pass the border, and then you go through through Canada. Which that part of Canada, I just remember as a child being really long and flat and boring, and then you'd go into Michigan, and it was like a 16-hour drive. But it was a good time. That was pre 9/11 though, and pre like passports. I didn't need a passport when I was to get in Canada when I was younger. Hey, Mister, is it Mister Lonely? Loney? I'll just call you Mister. But yeah, Canada was always fun. Oh, Mexico when I was even younger was fun. Yeah, Callus is out there. Callus is. I think I was there once. Actually, I had a soldier from Callus, and it like to get to where our like headquarters were. It was an 8-hour drive. It was our headquarters was in Saco, so that soldier would have to drive 8 hours there and back. That's so horrible, long drive. But yeah, that was always like I think I've only been there once. There's actually I think there's it's either Machias or Callus where there's an old fort like from the 1812s or the Revolutionary Fort. I forgot what the fort's called, but the British came through in 1812 and just destroyed it and then took over that area. Actually, they came from New Brunswick and took over that area. But yep. See where I've lived so many different places. Just thinking about it, Texas. When I was on active duty, I was at Texas Fort Hood for 4 years. Not a. I mean, it was kind of a dump, but like they're like Colleen's a dump. The city around Fort Hood is dumpish. Um, but Harker Heights was a nice place, good place to visit. I got to see the Alamo. I was so let down at the Alamo, like because there's only a one part of the building that's original to like when the Battle of the Alamo took place, and the rest of it is not. It's beautiful. It's well kept. It's beautiful. It's just I was so let down because like where the original like building for the Alamo was, or the original wall for the Alamo was, is now like a Ripley's Believe It or Not and a wax museum. So like history wise, I was right down. I was right down in there. I was like, man, this is stupid. Hey Dog is my co-pirate. Um, but yeah, I did have fun that day. Like the Alamo was pretty cool, other than the history part. Um, the river walk was amazing. Dirty, really dirty. I didn't like, and they have ducks and stuff, and it was just dirty. But it was still fun. Yeah, San Antonio was pretty good. San Antonio was fun. Uh, Austin was a blast. I had a blast. I've only been there like twice because they have a Sixth Street and like they shut it's near the college, so they shut the street down on Saturdays and like on weekends, and so you'll have different bands playing, and you can walk around and just like they have street performers. This is a crazy time. It's a good time. Same thing with Tucson, Arizona, with Fourth Street or Fourth Ave. There's like four bars there, and they shut the road down. It's not a big road, so like it's not a, but like there's street performers. I used to love watching the guys with the spray paint on the like they make a piece of artwork in like 4 minutes with just spray paint and shapes. It was so cool. I always love that stuff. But see where else? Tucson. When I lived there, I used to go to Mexico all the time. That was always fun. Same thing when I was in the Marine Corps in California. We used to go to Tijuana all the time. I didn't do any of the nasty stuff there. I just I would go there and drink. That's about it. Nogales and Tucson. We go to Rocky Point and Nogales when I lived in Tucson. Um, always fun. Always fun. Always a good time. Dangerous, but always a good time. Probably wasn't smart of us, but always had a good time. Trying to think. I went when I was in high school. I went to Vegas on the strip for wrestling and stuff. But we went to Circus. And we just were in Circus and doing the rides and stuff like that. Saw some of the performers and stuff. Whatever. That was a good time. Lived in Florida for a while when I was younger. Virginia. I actually lived in Virginia. My parents were in the Navy, so like lived in Virginia. I'd say Richmond. I forgot what part it was, but I got to see Williamsburg when I was younger. That was awesome. Really good. I love that place. Boston. I've been to Boston multiple times. Boston's always fun. I don't like big cities or big, but like going to Boston, I will definitely go to Boston. Shoot, I forgot what there's an old settlement in Boston that I forgot what it's called. I went there as a child too. I want to go to DC. I just haven't yet. DC is only like 2 hours away without traffic. It's 2 hours. So eventually I'll go to DC and see the sights there. I just haven't yet. Michigan. And I've been to a lot of places. With in the military, in the army, I've been to Germany, Nuremberg. Well, I'd go to Nuremberg a lot. It was only for 30 days, but I was stationed at Ansbach and went to Nuremberg, Rothensberg. I got lost in Nuremberg, like outside of Nuremberg, because we had to escort somebody, a soldier from the jail in Nuremberg back to our post. And I got completely lost because it was my fourth day there, and they're like, "Yeah, just go to Nuremberg, follow the GPS." Turns out there's different ways to spell Nuremberg, and there's multiple different cities called Nuremberg in Germany or in that area. So it was an interesting ride. It was. All right, y'all. I'm gonna let you go. I got work to do. Mainly dig out. Y'all have a good night.